Good afternoon. Today is August 11th, 2021, and here's what we're looking at for today. Another range day. This gold range is the overnight highs and lows. Didn't play too much significance. It looks like that makes sense that this congestion is forming there, though. But what I am going to say is that let me get rid of that. This brownish line is yesterday's closing price, and it looks like we were attempting to fill that gap, which we did, and the prices bounced immediately when they hit that gap, and that's what we have here. So we had this strong move up, and then we moved into this. It's like a spike into a downward channel is what it looks like to me. But really, you could probably play this both ways, especially in this uptrend. You could probably, I might have missed some longs that we'll check out when we get there. But there's probably places you could go long. Definitely didn't want to go long. I don't think you wanted to go long in here. Maybe if you saw this, yeah, I think that looks like a potential long right there. We'll mark that green for now, and we'll take a look at it when we get there. Trying to think if there's anything else. This range right here that formed after this downtrend also pretty much made a perfect measure move up into this range up here. I have the MES up. We'll talk about that later, and I also just have the daily chart just because Mack's been looking at that lately. So yeah, without going into this further, let's take a look at these trades. And early on, I had this spike and channel drawn differently. So I had it drawn like that. Maybe like that. Yeah, like that. And so look, that midline looks like it works. Here, let me delete these measure moves. Although it looks like this move down right here, it looks like we did pretty much get a measure move down. It went a little further, but let's delete that. So I would love to hear Mack's take on this, but this is a second entry long I got trapped on. I am not upset when I get trapped and I'm taking a second entry long. I'm not upset. I'm learning. So yes, this does look like it's going into that trend channel, but in the greater context, we're trending up. And this is extreme congestion up here, but even with that, you could look at this as a failed breakout. So I'm sure other people got trapped here, but yeah, I'm very curious to see what Mack has to say there. So yeah, that fails. We get this move down, and we are expecting prices to move up after this big spike and channel up is how I saw it. We get a break of that channel, and I'm expecting two legs to a new high. And this looks like one leg up. You get a first entry, failed second entry short. On the simulator, I went long above this bar, but I think you have to enter one tick above this bar. And it is a little congested, but that looked good to me. That looked like a failure. I think I had a losing trade before that too. I think I went long here, and then maybe I went long. No, I had a losing trade, so I don't know. We'll get to that later. Then here is where we have our potential downward trend line. When we get this stuff here, look at how congested this is. So this is also a second entry long off the EMA, just like this one. But this one is clearly not one you want to take because this is hyper congestive, whereas this one isn't. But yeah, and then we get confirmation right here of the trend line, and after that you get a matching high, but it's a second entry short. So I do like that entry. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching, or else I would have taken it, and you would get a very nice runner. Let's see. 39.25. Do you give? Oh, okay, so maybe you wouldn't have gotten a runner because you would have hit your scalp here, and then this bar comes back up, so that might have stopped you out. But dang, that's tough. That's got to be tough right there if you do get stopped out, because it's like a 4-point move. You get this big leg down. First entry, second entry. It's far from the EMA. That's why it's aggressive. And that forms some congestion. We make this low. Goes a little lower next time. Comes up here. We get it's just a matching high, but at this point I'm looking at this as like a triple top. 1, 2, 3. And that's clearly trapping some longs. And this is a first, here, let me get this on. This is a first, second entry short right here. I just marked it as aggressive because I was looking at this as the top of the range, but I think I shouldn't have been thinking of it like that because the EMA is holding prices below it. So I think it's okay to look at this as a second entry short. But I didn't take that. I think I took this one. Then we get a first entry. So yeah, once you see prices bounce off this, I think maybe you would take this first failed second entry short. I think you would. Especially if you extend this, it looks like that's the bottom of the trend. And then boom, right here it matches the top of the trend line. So yeah, I think I like that. But we'll keep it as aggressive because that's in the middle of this range that I was playing. And that leads to a pretty strong leg up. And we form some congestion. I drew this support line right here because that's what I was playing. I was watching this on the MES. But there clearly appears to be some support right there. And I wanted to go short so bad in this area. I'm not sure if it's set up on the MES, but I was like, you know what? Look, this is a break of this greater trend, so maybe we'll get more move up. I don't know. We'll see if Mack says anything about that, but this was very tempting. And we come back. You can't take anything here. You might take this. That's first, second, that's third entry short. I don't know. That's the top of the range, though. And this was a good setup on the MES, just not a good setup here. I think if you have a better signal bar, I think you can go long here. And then we come up here, bounce off support, and make another leg up. So that's what I saw today. Another pretty slow day. Let's take a look at the trades I marked that I took. So yeah, 3 quick trades. Went long here, got tracked out. Like I said, I really want to. I hope Mack talks about this in his video. If he doesn't talk about it in the video, I'll post it on the forum. A question to everybody because I'm sure other people got trapped there too. Yeah, I got trapped here, second entry long. It does look like a downtrend, but like we've seen some examples where it looks like it's in a downtrend recently, and it's a second entry long and it works. But like I said, I'm not disappointed that I took this because I'm going to learn a lot from this. And it's a second entry. I'm still exhibiting much better behavior than I have been the past few months in taking my trades. So here, first entry. Oh, it looks like, did I go short here? Oh, I went long above this bar. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know if I had the trend line drawn. First entry, let's see. Yeah, I went long here, got stopped out. So I knew it was going to go, I had a very strong feeling that it was going to go higher, and for good reason. But you got to wait till it breaks lower. Like, first entry, I don't know if this broke higher first. That's only a first entry that I'm going long above. First entry, maybe I went long on it thinking it's a second entry from these highs. First entry, second entry. But in this downtrend, I think maybe I should be more so looking for the failed second entry short, and that's first, boom, right there. So you might be looking at that too. But really, yeah, now that I'm looking at this, the real failed second entry short comes right here. And that's where I went long. So I do like this. It's aggressive and it's difficult to see. Hopefully Mack marks that, or at least talks about it, because it does look like a first failed second entry short. And those are the only trades I took on the ES. But I have to. Those of you who with an account, you might know that you have to take a trade, a position every month in order to avoid fees to your account. So today I wanted to take my trade. So that means you have to trade with real money. And I thought I was trading with real money right here. And I went short. Let's see. We formed this congestion. And I like this. It looked like a triple top right here. It's a little aggressive, but yeah, I went short on this bar. It's right at the EMA. It looks like a first failed second entry long as well. And yeah, it's at the top of congestion. So that worked, but I realized after I took my position that was go to my real account. And where did I take this? Okay, right here, yeah. And so we formed this congestion right here. And I drew my measured moves, and I really like that these closed at the measured move. And that's a failed break out of congestion. Failed break out of congestion, so I like that. It's aggressive, but this trend was kind of this trend wasn't really playing a role anymore, and we bounced at yesterday's close. So I felt like we were going to make maybe another leg up after this one. So this breakout, I looked at it as counter trend. So I took that. So I like that. I'm okay with that. So I think all the trades I took today, here, let's switch to the, yes, all the trades I took today except for this one, I was okay with. So I like that. I'm glad. But yeah, that's what I saw today. Let's take one more look at this chart, and I'll be back tomorrow.